here from Movie Losers, back with another review.
Over the top.
This time we checked out Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is our spoiler review, so if you want to be not spoiled, go to the other review where we really don't talk about much at all.
Talk about Wolverine boots.
It's still really interesting though, and you should check it out. So we're just gonna go really start at the beginning of this film, work our way to the end.
Yep.
Seems like the simplest way to get through it all.
Yes.
Let's start with the opening crawl. What did it even detail? The First Order reigns.
First Order
reigns.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought it was well written.
Yeah. It got me set up, ready to watch.
Yeah. I enjoyed the scroll actually.
Yeah. And then
that's better than Force Awakens.
Pans to what it was, Takadana, the Resistance base planet, right? They're trying to evacuate.
Right. Yeah.
And then Kylo Ren is on the ship there. So action-packed to start.
Oh, yeah.
There's the bombers. Finn is kind of leading a solo run to that Super Star Destroyer.
It was
Poe. Or what I said.
It was Poe.
Finn, yeah.
It was,
So Poe's kind of a rogue.
Yeah, Dreadnought, that's what it was.
He, throughout this movie, kind of learns how to be a better leader of the Resistance.
Instead of trying to be a hero and, getting his
himself,
D sucked,
Whoa. Leia's kind of passing the torch.
You disgust me.
Creeper.
Okay, so jump in there, yeah. Yeah, this is an X-rated channel.
I said D. Give me a number of things. Anyway, go ahead.
The Dreadnought was awesome.
Dreadnought, that's what it's
cool. You got Star Destroyers of the
It was a bombarding
First Order, and then all of a sudden the Dreadnought shows up with the big cannons.
Sure.
You're like, all right.
I thought it was very well
take out.
directed action.
Yeah.
It got me excited.
Yeah, it got me pumped.
Right at the start, there's
a comedy.
Yeah, the comedy was there.
Yeah.
BB-8
and Huck being like
kind of see some
interrupted or whatever.
Yeah,
Poe messing with Hux was pretty funny.
With Hux, it's kind of almost like that Marvel comedy that you see in like Thor and all that stuff, kind of shining.
Well, it is Disney.
That's a problem I had in general with the whole film though. I thought
too funny.
A lot of that stuff was really funny, but sometimes at the wrong
moment, kind of forced in.
Because we start off with a real dire situation, like the last of the Resistance is about to be blown the hell away, and then there's that funny interaction between Hux and Poe. Again, it doesn't go on for that long, but it did kind of take me out for a split second of the tone the movie was setting.
Right.
Adam, we'll jump in here. What do you think? You're in trouble, mister.
Well,
no, go ahead.
The whole.
Whatever you want to talk about.
My first problem was the fact that Poe was by himself. And it felt kind of fan fiction-y to me, him taking on that whole ship by himself.
Okay, yeah, one-man fighter, and
that bugged me a little bit.
The crew is like, he'll never penetrate the hull,
Yeah. Then the rest of the fleet comes, and they get fucking obliterated, because they're completely incompetent. The only person that's not incompetent is Poe, apparently.
Yeah.
And
that really bugged me.
And the one girl.
Yeah. And the one girl.
And she lived. The only two that lived was Poe and the other, not the bomber.
Rose, you mean?
Yeah, Rose.
Rose, that was his sister.
Rose. No, the one woman.
Carrie Fisher's daughter. What's her name?
Anyway, she lived too, but she was like I said, but everyone else seemed to be like Poe was the man, and then everyone else was like
incompetent.
Yeah.
That bugs me is the incompetence they, made out the rest of the Resistance to be.
Right.
It bugged me a little bit.
Poe definitely had more to do in this one.
Yeah.
But I thought a lot of I thought his character, there was almost too much going on. I really thought they shortchanged just about everybody.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't know. The movie's cut a lot, so you're going not only back and forth with Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver, but you're also going over to what's going on in the casino world, what's going on with the Resistance still.
Yeah.
The second act really dragged, honestly, with the ships just kind of chasing each other in space for so long.
It's kind of like Inception with the van falling.
Right.
Really slow, and then there's a bunch of stuff going on elsewhere, inside the dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
Did anybody else get the Mad Max Fury Roads thing going in their head where it's like a chase scene for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Just not as exciting,
Just not as exciting.
Yeah.
This kind of was a chase movie. I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of the entire movie.
And maybe that's why I left feeling strange, because the whole structure was different than...
It's very different.
I mean, it's a very different Star Wars movie than
I feel like Poe though. I think he got a good arc. I didn't like everyone's arcs, but like his was probably a better one where he actually kind of evolved the whole time. Like he started out as a cocky, arrogant guy, and then at the end he's like making decisions as a leader, like he said,
becoming a leader.
Yeah, which was I think his point of the movie was to learn that. So the next movie he's going to be more of a commander,
right? Yeah. I thought Finn's whole arc was kind of a waste.
It was a wash.
You could have taken it, in my opinion. You could have taken that out of the entire movie.
Well, you could have done
changed the movie.
You could have done it in 10 minutes.
I don't think it added to the plot.
It really didn't need to be in there. Yeah.
I don't think we've seen his full thing. I think this is a step where because with what's his face from the collector from Guardians, what's that guy's name?
Oh, Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, his whole point
DJ
I think was to teach Finn that none of this really matters. These people are going to keep fighting forever and ever and ever, and nothing's ever going to get solved. And then he even says like they're going to blow you up this time, and you're going to come right back and blow them up. And I think that's going to be in Finn's head in the next movie where he might.
Sure. Again, interesting. Like, I thought the characters are fine. It's an interesting plot point to introduce, but I felt like we almost needed this felt like an Avengers kind of movie.
Yeah.
But if we were lacking like a Thor and a Captain America movie where you are jamming a lot into this one film without enough time to build these characters up. And it just kind of rushed through it all so quickly.
So after Poe saves the day, they get away and they find out that they're being tracked through hyperspace, which is unheard of.
Right.
So the whole point of Finn and Rose, who was one of the girls at the beginning that dies, she had a necklace, and then you find out she has a sister with the other half of the necklace. Her name was Rose.
And then Rose.
Yeah. So their whole point was to go to another planet and get a hacker so they can go onto the ship
without being discovered,
and then turn off the reactor so they can travel through hyperspace and get away. So let's go through that part of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, just really like I was on board with the sister. I liked how that was directed. Some character we had just met has the way that it was like she didn't have any dialogue. I don't think at all. It was just edited with the music. Or the quiet, and then she catches the thing, and
that was cool.
Sacrifices herself, like we see sacrifice. I mean, a lot of the resistance gets like almost wiped out then and there. That's why the joking was very kind of like off-putting. It's like I wasn't allowed to feel what I should have been feeling.
Right, because in the scroll, like they're on the ropes. I mean, this is it, and then they kind of just laugh everything off.
Right. Hux, honestly, like I feel like he only exists now as like Kylo Ren's tool.
Lapdog.
He doesn't have like an arc. Same with Phasma. She is barely in the movie. Shows up at the end.
Could be dead.
Didn't even remove her mask. Like, I get that she's just a presence. Doesn't matter what's under the mask. But like, show Gwendolyn Christie to give us like as an audience that you can only look at a masked figure for so long. And that worked better in the original trilogy when Vader was like the be-all end-all villain and it was a simpler story. When it's so convoluted, like I just didn't see that story being necessary at all.
Yep.
The whole Finn side of things, the whole First Order side of things, I really wished, and I guess we can jump to Snoke.
Well, I thought it was done really well.
See, I don't know. I what
pimp or something like just sitting up there on the. I don't know.
I dug that because like I love like the red backdrop. First of all,
the scenery was dope.
Yeah,
the throne room was awesome.
Throne room was really cool.
The guards are cool.
They set it up awesome. The guards were way cooler than the old guards that the Emperor had.
Yeah,
like Snoke just is doing all kinds of Force stuff, and he lightninged Kylo Ren like he was nothing, and then he gets cut in half like it's nothing. Like.
That's my biggest issue with the whole movie.
They built him up in The Force Awakens. They make him seem like this big, powerful guy, and then all of a sudden it's kind of just like...
He's manipulating everybody to, like, he's in everyone's minds, and then he's...
They show this powerful guy.
Like, the bait and switch, I don't know, it doesn't... I get that it can be surprising when you're seeing the movie, and it can be like, oh my gosh, you're not expecting it.
I don't...
But that doesn't do the story credit. It's almost like I just don't see the point.
I don't mind them killing off Snoke. I just don't like the way they went about it.
I just feel like we're playing catch up this whole trilogy. Sorry to interrupt you.
Well, if let's say Kylo Ren turns on Snoke and it's Kylo Ren versus Rey versus Snoke and the guards, and Kylo Ren overpowers Snoke and kills him, I don't mind that.
Right.
But it's the way he's just off like a punk.
Or if I thought
really bugged me.
I thought his spirit was gonna go on and or swap bodies or something. You know, like I thought surely this guy, he clearly had some kind of mental connection that he did with.
I think they just wasted him.
He's powerful as hell apparently, and then he doesn't sense a lightsaber about to go through his gut.
I mean, you can even hear it. Like, turn a bottle on his desk, you can hear that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh!
With him, and it makes me wonder if there's going to be, you know, because I know that Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams have talked and discussed and kind of worked together on some certain character development stories. So it makes me wonder if there's going to be, they're going to kind of expand upon it in the 9th movie, just because it's kind of like, you know, they got Andy Serkis involved. Everybody was intrigued about who's this powerful guy. He's just a hologram right now. Then they finally show him. He shows off all his powers, and then it's just like gone. Now it's Kylo's. You know, it's kind of like wow. All right.
That's the annoying.
It was a shock, but
the annoying thing to me is like a good story should just you should tell a complete story, and no matter what film, if it's part of a series, like you still got to tell a complete story, and I felt like all the characters were not done justice in this movie.
Yeah, it felt like Kylo Ren's character didn't change at all. He's the same exact thing as he was at the beginning.
He was evil at the last one.
He wasn't even that evil.
You're right.
Yeah.
And he's still like just kind of a dick in this one. He's not like
the bratty kid kind of.
Right.
Like, same exact character.
Better in this one.
I like it better in this
It's done better in this one.
Yeah, much better.
Except for that
he's still the conflicted, torn between the light and the dark, but I really felt like leaving this movie that he is dark. Like, he's chosen his side. And maybe, you know, like I said, in the 9th one, there's going to be more to that.
They set it up to where, like, I was expecting a better explanation. Like, Kylo was like, Luke didn't tell you the real story, did he? And then it sets up, like, why he realizes he has to turn. And it's not really explained, is it? Kylo just kind of... He turned... Obviously, he turned, but like, Luke said that Snoke was already...
In his mind.
In his mind had kind of turned his heart or something like that was the way it was worded. But we still never found out why. Like, that's an annoying question to leave on the table when you build up the supposed emperor of this series.
Yep.
I don't understand that. Again, you mentioned if they explain that, or maybe somebody did in the next movie.
Yeah.
Snoke's backstory, but it just feels so annoying. Like, just tell a story, or at least give us something. Like Obi-Wan in Episode 4 gave us all the backstory we needed to know about the Jedi, the Force, all this in one really, from a really good scene of dialogue in
it's like
his
a minute
hut.
long.
And then we understand, like, this movie opens up, we understand the peril the Resistance is in, the First Order is bearing down on them, and then from there it just splits off in so many directions rather than narrowing the focus. Like, again, it doesn't have to be a Death Star, but there was one goal in Episode 4, take down the Empire. Episode 5 was they're against the ropes, like we have to flee the Empire.
Right.
And then 6 was we got the Emperor's on the ship, another Death Star, we got to take that out.
Yep.
Where here it's, I don't know, there's just so much going on where the movie just lost focus, and I kind of was drifting because so much was happening.
Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
I also didn't like how, go back to Finn and how they went on their quest. Maz, was there Maz Kanata or something like that? The one with the goggles?
Yeah,
she's like randomly shows up and is like, you gotta find this guy, and it's...
She's in a fight somewhere, like she's
that was so random. Like,
wearing a GoPro.
It took me way out of it.
It's like they're just sticking somebody in there, you know, just sticking her in there because she's in the Force Awakens.
Because I think people liked her
in
the last movie, so they were like, shove her in here.
Kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Like, why even have... Or maybe combine, like, Benicio del Toro's character with Maz. Like I heard, you know, Maz has the ability to hack into things. Like, I know where she is, and go find her. Like, somebody we're familiar with.
Yeah.
Rather than introduce a brand new character when already, again, so much is going on.
I liked his character, though.
I did like it.
Yeah, he was probably my favorite part of it, just because he was kind of like the perspective of the whole galaxy besides what's going on. Like, no one cares about this. You guys just keep fighting each other, and the Skywalkers are always heroes, and all this stuff. It's just causing more harm than it's good, and you know what I mean?
It's just so hard to balance, like, kind of hard to balance a simple story and, like, thought and character like that with, like, all this. I mean, we really dove deep into Force mythology.
Yeah.
In a way, we didn't get a lot of history or anything, but a lot of things Force related are changing.
I did like the interactions with Kylo Ren and Rey, though.
I like that they were linked.
Good.
That was cool.
The linked thing was really cool.
And it makes me wonder, that makes me curious. I'm not buying the whole when he's talking to her in the throne room and saying, "Oh, your parents were junkers. They're dead in the pauper's grave."
I don't buy that either.
I don't buy that. I'm like, you're linked somehow, and I know Snoke was saying he was doing it, but like, nah, there's more to her story. And if there's not in 9, I'm gonna be severely disappointed.
Well, also you gotta think that Snoke was kind of in their minds at that point too. He was kind of showing Kylo what he wanted to see.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be like prestigious Skywalker, and she's supposed to be nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a tool to keep her below him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he said, it makes you wonder, was Kylo, was that from Snoke? Was that Kylo trying to seduce her to join him, but just making that up and kind of conflicting her feelings?
Yeah,
There's too much fucking going on.
There's a lot going on.
I just wanted to sit my fat ass in a chair and enjoy.
And we haven't even talked about Superman Leia yet. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell was that?
that just took me right out of it. Like, that took me right out of it. When I saw that scene, I'm like, cool, she's Force sensitive.
But that was so bizarre.
What the heck?
It was very... See, I thought it was like... For me, that was a moment where, I was really surprised.
Yeah.
And it was different. But it didn't, like, take me out of the story or anything like that. It was a little nugget that added to, okay, she is powerful in the Force. Luke did train her. We got a little backstory that way, a little flavor. And then they just never, like, mention, they go on.
Yeah.
But then, like, Snoke, who's clearly affected everything in the galaxy right now, to just off him like that in this movie, like, when we finally get face-to-face with him, I just thought that was a bad choice.
I agree.
As this movie stands on its own, who knows how it finishes up in whatever the next one's called, but yeah, I just think you gotta keep him, like, or if you're not gonna, don't kill him in this one. Like, have him survive or something, or have Kylo Ren, like, escape with Rey at the end, like, he's gonna rule the First Order, I don't know, but just to take him out is just, I don't know, it feels very, now he just feels written out of the story. Now with Luke gone, like,
yeah,
I feel like, what's the point?
How are you gonna carry it?
What's the point in the next one of going back and telling who the hell Snoke is?
Yeah.
It would serve no purpose.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They've force-fed us. I mean, we have to focus on Rey and Kylo now. I mean, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Luke's out of the picture. Snoke's out of the picture. I don't know how they're going to spin Leia, seeing as Carrie Fisher's no longer around.
Yeah.
Are they going to do the whole Rogue One thing with the CGI?
No, that'd be bad.
It's just like, how are you going to do this?
I think they've announced they haven't, or they're not going to do that. I think she'll just be written out in the opening crawl or something, but it just feels like I wish Hux would have died because I was kind of sick of his character.
Mm-hmm.
Phasma got killed off. I mean, at least
might not be dead though.
No, she's gonna
We
pull
still
Boba Fett.
haven't seen the Knights of the Ren.
Don't bring her back. Like, I was looking forward to things being simpler in the next one. Let's jump to some positives before we get back.
I've got a lot of positives.
Okay, yeah.
I have one more negative.
Okay.
I did not like them force feeding their freaking animal activist propaganda down my throat during Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with the blue milk, like him drinking milk and it's supposed to be disgusting, and then like Chewbacca eating the chicken, and then, like the chickens are all sad, and then the horse racing stuff. It's just like not during Star Wars.
The horse racing was stupid.
Oh yeah.
But I did like the milk scene.
That was funny.
It was funny.
It's laying there.
But it's just like, okay, if you don't want to eat animals and stuff, fine, whatever. But don't put it in my Star Wars movies and stuff.
Right.
I don't like that.
I did like the line, and this kind of is relating to that with Rose, where it's, or maybe not, I don't know. She said it to Finn at the end, like, don't destroy what you hate, save what you love, or something like that.
Yeah, that was a cool line.
I really like that. I mean, really well written, to be honest.
I like the line. I didn't like what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheesy.
I did like a lot of the creatures and all that, and the crystal
practical
foxes were
effects
great.
and stuff were dope.
The porgs were really well used. Like, literally everything on Oct 2, where Luke and Rey were, I loved, actually.
Yeah.
It's just like we're constantly being pulled away. Like, we talked about it this week, Adam, where there was the first cut of Episode 4, A New Hope.
Yeah.
Where Luke was wearing that sun hat, and it was intercutting him with the battle above Tatooine. So instead of like Luke's introduction being later in the film, it was like intercut between the Star Destroyer coming down the Tantive 4. And it totally changed the whole movie. Did it not? Like, you didn't watch the video, did you?
No, I refused to watch it.
There's a cool YouTube video that it's like how Star Wars was saved in the editing. But like, to me, this is probably the best movie for what it was written to be you can make. But to me, like, there's just too much going on. It starts with the screenplay, too much going on. You need to like remove some pieces, because when you're forced to edit other people's stories into these other ones, it takes you away. Like, 90% of this movie I thought should have been Snoke and Kylo Ren, Rey and Luke. The backstory is the rebellion, because like now the rebellion started again at the end. Like, that's a rehash. We've seen the rebellion all like in Rebels and all these other movies. Like, I get it. Like, it's the rebellion versus the big bad empire and whatever name you want to call it. It just, I don't understand. There's just a lot of issues I have with what they chose to do story wise and how they.
That'd been cool to like the kind of black and white of Kylo and Snoke and Luke and Rey. Like, showing like the kind of training back and forth. But
why was Snoke? Obviously, he leaned dark side, but he wanted Kylo Ren because he had light and dark. But now he's cut in half, and we don't know shit about him. It's a Darth Maul thing. Like, that guy looks really cool.
Showed his dead body later on with his tongue sticking out.
That was pretty funny.
Luke kind of,
I just don't get
Luke was leaning towards the same way, like kind of like the gray Jedi kind of thing.
Right.
But then
I actually kind of like that about Luke, showing him. I was kind of, at first, I was kind of wondering, how is this going to be? You got curmudgeon Luke instead of this hopeful Luke that turned his father, back to the light. I mean, just with hope and starting this, and it's kind of, they dove into a story, I feel like, pretty well. I feel like they could have gone further, shown us more about the temple, more about the training.
Yeah.
Were there more younglings that died? I don't know. But basically...
The Knights of Ren, where the hell are they?
That's what I ended up earlier. Yeah. It's fast he could be dead because they're in the trailers and stuff.
I ended up really liking Luke, though. I thought they did a good job.
I love Luke.
Overall.
Yeah.
Until they got to the end, and I was
actually cheering for Ren.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah. I wanted Kylo Ren to kill just about everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's actually no, I don't know if y'all noticed this, there was no lightsaber duel in this movie at all. There were lightsaber fight scenes, but there was no duel whatsoever. Lightsabers,
except for Luke and Ren, I guess, but that doesn't count because Luke wasn't there.
Right.
Which I love.
They never clashed lightsabers. They never had a duel.
So
they just had lightsabers, and he dodged a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That's okay. I want to talk about that scene in particular.
Yeah.
I thought it was badass. All these big
ATs.
What are they called? Gorilla AT-ATs or something. Yeah. The new model bearing down, and Kylo Ren's like, kill his ass, and Hux is like, that's enough. And then he just like kind of like brushed his shoulder, like,
which is awesome.
That was kind of meta, but it was still like very, just I don't know, Mark Hamill.
It was very Mark Hamill.
And then it's like, okay, I kind of was expecting Luke. This is where he's gonna. I thought he may sacrifice himself, but I was like, we're gonna at least get a lightsaber battle first, and then Luke's gonna be like, say something like
Obi-Wan-esque.
Cool, yeah, Obi-Wan-esque, and then disappear.
Yeah, to the Force.
Instead, he is on the island, it's found out, and I was like, oh, he's gonna live, but then he faded away anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a beautiful death to fade away into the Force with the sunset on that island, and it's the first Jedi temple, I guess.
He's looking at two suns,
how he started.
Where he started.
But
did he lose the will to live like his mother? Like, that's where I was confused. I'm like, oh, he's just exhausted from projecting himself.
And he was fighting in his projection with his Episode 5 lightsaber, not his green one, which we saw briefly in the. It's just it's so much going on. Like,
and it makes you wonder. He's already been confirmed for Episode 9, so it makes you wonder: is he just going to be a Force ghost? I mean, Yoda literally was on. He was able to interact in the physical world. He made the lightning bolt come down. He touched Luke.
That's true.
So it's like, is Luke going to be able to like fight people in this one, like the ninth one? Like, they got to do something because
they didn't explain the Force ghost either. Like,
right?
Still,
I did. Yeah, I love that scene actually a whole lot. Like, it felt there was the real puppet, not the CGI
Yes, I love
Yoda.
the fact that Yoda was a puppet.
I love that entire scene.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like I feel like rather than before I saw this movie, I was expecting all right, we're gonna get a lot of Force lore. We're gonna understand what it all means. We just don't know how it ends. We're gonna finish this Skywalker saga. Instead, I feel like it kind of reset. It kind of felt like Spectre to me in a way.
Yeah.
Remember, we were off the high of
Skyfall,
and then Spectre comes along, and it's just very kind of
meh.
And at the end, they set it up to where there's the old wooden, or like the door with like the leather on it or something.
Yeah,
and there's the old school Connery Bonds.
Yeah.
Moneypenny, there's like it's like they are resetting the rebellion and Empire with, I don't know. I don't
know what they're gonna do with
confused.
the next movie.
I'm perplexed and confused, but Rian Johnson's getting his own trilogy now, and like again, it's not like a bad movie. I just like.
We have a lot of questions and wanting more.
Yeah.
Why? Why these choices?
Yes.
Because, like, as fun as the comics and books are, like, I don't have time to even read all that shit. like,
like a condensed version in a movie.
My life is Star Wars, but I don't want to find out cool stuff like that. And like, keep the movies, like, if you're going to go deep, go deep. If you're going to keep it light and fun, keep it light and fun, but when you're trying to balance different tones and all these plot lines at once, it just makes it
in one film
very hard to.
Yes.
Like as terribly written as the prequels were, I felt like they had a clear purpose.
Yeah.
Where this one just feels like, I don't know, maybe they need a Kevin Feige. At the head of their studio, Kathleen Kennedy.
Director, not like a director of the movie, but like a director overseeing the whole
because
process.
Kathleen Kennedy is she's an awesome producer and she's a busy woman, I'm sure.
Definitely.
But she's not like, she says like a yes and no to certain things, I know, but as far as like having a deeper understanding and like control over where the story's going, because I feel like I read somewhere within the last couple of years that they didn't know for sure like where things were gonna go, like with the flashback scene in Force Awakens. That's like we were all like nerding out on it because it was like, oh, what, the Knights of Rain and the flashback, the rain, and
yeah.
And then I read that they weren't entirely sure where those certain threads were headed, and they were gonna leave it up to certain directors to make certain decisions, and I don't know.
Almost like Rian Johnson was just kind of
dangerous.
I saw J.J. Abrams was doing this and this. Gonna get rid of that. Let's cut that out.
It's like he was like, I'm gonna make an unconventional choice here.
Yeah.
Which works for the surprise factor, but it lacks in like
substance
for
the whole trilogy.
Yeah, definitely.
It kind of derails what the steam that the first movie built up. Like it just.
But then there was really awesome moments like the dice and the Falcon given to to Luke, had those and gave them to Leia, like really great moments with that are some of the best in the series. Let's transition into some positive stuff, and if we want to go back to negative, we can. Get down on myself.
Chewie and the Millennium Falcon was awesome.
Kicking ass, yeah.
Loved it. Loved seeing the Falcon.
Ass.
Would love to. I wish we would have seen more. That's one of those things they lingered. It's like here's the Falcon. It's got some TIE fighters shooting at it. Kind of the Force Awakens stuff.
Yeah.
Wish they would have had more involved with the Falcon. I mean, it's the iconic ship. I mean, it's Chewie. Get something involved. Send them on a mission in the Falcon instead of some shuttle with Rose and Finn. Like, get the Falcon involved, man. That's what I'm gonna say for the 9th one. Yeah. But it was awesome in this one. What they had.
It was.
Thought that Daisy Ridley and Mark Hamill had really good chemistry
together for sure.
They had great.
I really like Rey's character in this one too.
Yeah,
her character development was awesome.
Yeah,
I felt like.
Yeah,
she's got me excited for the 9th one.
Yeah,
her and mostly her alone.
And I did like. I accepted it when Snoke got cut in half then and there, and I was like, oh shit, because I assumed he was alive still. I thought he was like a body switcher, some kind of powerful ancient Sith or whatever.
He might still be, you don't know
yet. It could be, yeah. But for now, it annoyed me.
Yeah.
But when like they turn and they're like on the same team against the Praetorian Guards, that was cool because the choreography was there. Like,
it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was really good.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great fight scene.
And like the Force is like, see again, I don't know if this is just because these movies are now made by fans, or if it's because there is something going on with the Force where it seems like it's amped up. Even Yoda from the other realm is summoning lightning down.
Right.
Luke's projecting a fight with Kylo Ren against across the galaxy. Leia's keeping herself alive in stasis. And
Superman style.
the Force is like the lightsaber in Snoke's throne room's whipping around like a vortex football. Just
Poe's taking on an entire damn fleet by himself.
right.
The whole fight scene though with the lightsaber fight was so like it was really violent. I think.
Yeah.
Especially like it's like, I mean, Star Wars when you come down, comes down, it's like kind of for
PG
children.
movie.
Yeah,
It's PG.
Yeah.
It's not for children, but you know, I mean, like it's a lower rating. But there's a guy getting chopped up and like whatever.
You see
the fan or whatever. That was awesome.
Do you see alien nips in this?
Right? Yeah.
The cow udder thing.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I like the nods to the old trilogy where they showed Leia's Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
R2.
cool.
That was used very well. Yeah.
That was awesome. I like seeing Yoda again. That was great.
My favorite line of the whole movie was probably when Leia was like, "Wipe that worried face off your."
That's Poe.
Right,
Yeah.
the worried look on your
The worried look on your face,
Oh, that's
3PO,
right,
and he's
that's
just like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, C-3PO was used well for the little amount he was in.
Yeah.
He was funny.
I think they're kind of transitioning from the old Star Wars to the new. With the new BB-8 as a new droid, because he saw very little of R2-D2 and C-3PO and Luke, even though he was a main character, he was barely in it. Leia,
which I'm fine with, but like certain characters you got to see through to the end. Like Han Solo was a big character in the last one, and he
had a good ending.
had a good end, you know.
Yeah.
Whether you liked how he died, he had at least an end to his arc.
He had an end game.
Yeah. Where I felt like just so much was left on the table in this one.
Well, I think what they're
So
doing,
much.
to me, it seems like they're transitioning. The 9th one's going to be the last of the old, kind of, and then if they do 3 more, they're going to be all Rey, all Poe, all Finn, all, like, those new people.
Or completely new.
Or
Yeah,
completely
sure.
new. But I feel like they're trying to introduce these characters and, like, getting you like them. By the time they get to the 10th one, you're going to be on board with them. I think that's where they're heading. At least to me, it seems like that.
I wish, like...
But I think they're kind of suffering in the...
Well...
Like, a lot of
Yeah.
the old character arcs and stuff are suffering because of it.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like there's... I mean, even
Sorry for interrupting you.
R2-D2, he's not in the movies at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like, barely any. And, I mean, BB-8's great. He's, you know, everybody loves him. He's cute, stuff like that. But R2-D2, you can't beat him. And I'm a really old school, love Star Wars, growing up, all that stuff. But...
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not human, but those are good characters, too. And they're, like... They could have been used, like, with the main 3, I guess.
Yeah.
There's honestly just too many characters going on.
That's one of those flaws. Is too much. Like, there's too many people fighting for screen time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing that happened with Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
You had like 50 people fighting for lines in that movie, and it just hurt the movie.
Like, well, I mean, to be fair, like, okay, Civil War, for example, had, I think, even more going on than Ultron. But because it was a Captain America...
They focused on a few characters.
It was like Tony and Cap's ideologies combating. We already were familiar with all the other characters. Their opinions were never a focus. It was just little subtle things. But the tone, the story was all Cap and Tony. Where this one should have been Kylo and Rey. But it's like the whole rebellion side of things, I honestly didn't need it. Like, if you want to make a different movie, you don't have to have a big epic space battle. Have it delve really into the Force and all that, and at the end have some kick-ass fight. I mean, that was kind of what Rogue One was.
Yep.
Just one battle at the end, really. I mean, again, I liked how it opened. Maybe don't close it like that, because in the trailers I was like, oh, there's going to be this big epic battle on Crate. It's going to be the be-all, end-all battle against, you know, both forces pitted against each other. Where it kind of was just, you're more focused on Luke is doing his thing with Kylo Ren, and
Another badass thing was when the ship
we went negative again, sorry.
went to hyperspace and like cut everything in half.
Oh, that was
so,
badass.
That was so dope.
That was the coolest part of the whole movie.
The
was-
music went silent.
Yeah.
Just
And the visual was so cool, like the white and like the black.
They cut
space
that
and
ship
stuff.
in half. Was really cool as shit.
Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
the noise.
I liked Laura Dern's character. She was not in it a lot, but
Does she find any dinosaurs?
we'll know. We'll know.
She gonna milk them?
If dinosaurs are in the afterlife, then she's there with them. So
You get to see
she
Adam
milk?
Driver without his shirt on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's-
Spoiler-free review. That's kind of what I was alluding to.
He was
ripped.
jacked.
And it kind of
He's
really
on
made it
the juice.
awkward when Daisy Ridley was like, put a shirt on. And, like, it's supposed to be this strong force connection. They're supposed to be talking to each other. And she's like, oh, put a towel on. It's kind of...
Yeah.
That was really weird to me. I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, that, you totally lost me just now. Like, it's supposed to be this tense moment. And it's like...
see, I wouldn't have minded that if, like in The Force Awakens, I thought
I wish they gave him a curling iron. He was like, "Sup?" Yeah, what's up, bro?
It wasn't even like.
Well, if he's driven by I thought, okay, they're gonna go with the romantic angle from them too.
I thought so too.
And it kind of is like weird. Like you wonder, are they still gonna go that direction? I think there's a lot of really weird emotions floating around between the both of them. Like, I love you, but you're the dark side and I'm the light side, but I want you to join me. Let's kill the Sith, but I'm still Sith. You know, it's just.
But again, it's like, for as terribly written again as like Attack of the Clones was, and that whole love story, you at least knew what
sand.
You at least knew the perspectives of the characters and what they thought.
Yeah.
In this story,
Wanted to be
where this everything is like, I don't know if I need to again. I'm just torn right now.
It's also the middle one. So let's if we come to the 9th one and we still have questions and there's gonna be I'll have a big problem with this movie. But for right now, I think we just
9's gonna tell a lot.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
well, I mean, it's gonna be telling for us to know, like, okay, was 8 satisfying or not satisfying for the build up for 9?
It's kind of like Halo 2. Like you end with a cliffhanger and you get to 3 and it just makes it worth it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the cliffhanger and
movie for
in Empire, like, I just think there's such a clear cut like
into it.
It's like, again, I go back to the simplicity of the storytelling. Like, it's a very simple story, just done incredibly well with interesting characters. Where I think this is like a master work as far as the filmmaking goes, but the story and the structure and the idea of it all is just kind of like feels a little all over the place.
Wasn't Billy D. Williams supposed to be in this?
Mm-mm.
No.
I kind of hope he's in the 9th one.
I hope so,
Chewie,
I
I love Chewie and the Falcon by himself, but like,
he's got a little bird now.
So I kind of don't want Lando to come back in 9 because like, it's like, oh, I'm not a tip of the hat to nostalgia again.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
If they're wanting to move on, like, then just like, I don't know.
Just,
I don't trust Disney to do it the right way, but if they could do it in the right way, where he just kind of makes a cameo or something, or like is in the Falcon for a battle, and then, kind of goes away, I'd be cool with that.
I wouldn't mind like a cameo in the Han Solo movie coming up.
Yeah,
that'd be neat.
Next year. Yeah,
that'd be neat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, like I said, maybe 9th. I would, if they can do it right, I would agree with you. I want them to do it 100%.
I mean, I think it'd be cool. Now that Han's gone, it's like you kind of wonder, like, maybe they could finish Chewie's arc. He's still around. Is he going to carry on to the next movies? Like, I haven't really done a whole lot with him since Han died. It's just like I fly the ship now. I've got porgs. I want to know more about him.
Porgs are getting everywhere. Porgs are fun.
I want to see him confront Kylo and rip his arms off. That would be awesome. Like, you killed Han, you bastard.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I want to see him rip his arms out of his sockets. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Thing
Mine
to
just
see.
feels, I don't know.
Let's wrap it up, buddy. Let's wrap it up, buddy.
I think overall, here's my final thoughts.
Okay,
I want to insert. I think would you call yourself a casual fan of Star Wars?
Absolutely.
Did you say you enjoyed this film?
Yeah.
I would say the casual fan will look at this and really enjoy it, really come out like, man, this was positive, there was a lot of action, there was, just all around good. I think a lot more of the diehard fans are probably a little bit more conflicted about it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it, at least. Like, a lot to process, a lot to unpack, like we talked about. I still enjoyed it. It's a good movie. I recommend going to see it. Sure. But kind of questionable choices with some of the characters and some of the storylines that I'm going to have to sit on for a while before I can really make an assessment of, am I happy with how they're doing this or not?
Yep, I agree with that statement.
And I think a second viewing, since I'm seeing it Sunday with him again.
I'm seeing it Friday.
I think it might help a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So, subsequent viewings will hopefully help us, solidify our stance on the film.
Yeah.
I feel like we were really negative, but
hey,
it's just when you know something so well.
Well, you start splitting hairs as a fan. That's what happens, especially when you're a hardcore fan. You find every little nitpick. Like in the first movie, people got pissed off at Rey for not knowing how to turn on the lightsaber at the end of the movie. She didn't do it right. People pointed that out. I was like, damn, people, just calm the fuck down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh. That made me 5 out of 5.
The porgs get 5 out of 5.
No, we scored on the other one, but I still give it a 4. Like, this is like nitpicky shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
I wouldn't say nitpicky. Maybe if we watch it again, we might see things we didn't see. But I think we're going off the storyline and stuff. That's not nitpicky. That's the story. Yeah. But
sure. Well, I think everything is pretty much nitpicky other than the Snoke.
Yeah, the Snoke's the only real major issue I have with this.
That's without knowing
I'm gonna throw
a lot
a
of
look out there
context.
too. I think there's until we have answers of like what exactly happened to him.
Now, if Snoke just magically reappears and comes busting through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah, I'm back. Then I'll be okay, whatever.
I just think 9's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like we have to look to 9 to.
Well, it's back in Abrams' hands, and
2 years, right?
Is he gonna play it safe?
yeah,
He'll play it safe. It's Abrams.
I really don't want Phasma to come back now. Just
No.
like,
Bye.
Boba Fett.
I thought Rose was gonna at least like Phasma
Nah.
would kill her, and we'd have some emotional stakes there. Some
Yeah.
weight to that fight, but it was.
It was like, what, 2 seconds long? Anyway. I agree with him. Go watch it. If you like Force Awakens, I think you'll love this too. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a good movie, I think. Just had some just qualms with it, but
I need to go listen to some other reviews and,
yeah.
and what people think, and maybe they can like have a different viewpoint.
3 out of 5.
yeah, I'm still giving it a 3.
Hey, that's a collectible. Put it back.
back.
Anyway, thanks for watching
I hate saying
And,
it's close.
and listening. We're gonna put the audio version of this up,
Podcast.
and it'll be 2 separate videos.
Yep.
The spoiler-free spoiler review. So.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. Well,
how dare you.
until next time. May the
Peace.
Force be with you.